maybe Jake will write another article for Star City.
Yeah, maybe I'll write an article for Star City this week.
With the updates, and I'm sure some people play it, and you could talk about the person who came 27th with the deck that...
Yeah, maybe I can get in touch with them.
Yeah, maybe do a little interview.
Yeah, if you're watching right now, whoever you are,
email Jake Van Lunen.
Facebook friend you this week.
Yeah. His email is jakevanlunen/Jake the Mind Sculptor.
That's not my email.
At AOL.com. All right, so Anthony is shuffling up. It looks like Jesse might be making a few sideboard changes here. I'm not. Maybe he's thinking like, those Force of Wills aren't very good. Maybe he could mix it up somehow. The Submerges would be nice if Anthony has
his one Force.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you have your one Force.
These are insane now.
Do you think if there was like some rule that you can make deals in Magic where Anthony got to start with the Forest in play, Jesse for sure would bring in all 4 Submerges, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It'd be like the best card in his deck too.
Yeah. So Submerge is powerful.
Yeah, if Anthony has the Forest in play, the Submerge is absurd. Like, think about like the stuff you get to do against the plating draws and...
Yeah, it's just sets it back too much. Submerge puts the card on top of your opponent's library.
Yeah.
So I think that was like one reason why...
It's a Grasp of Phantasms that you don't have to pay any mana for.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the reasons why junk, like black, white, green, started to make a decline. Is because against the Rug Delver decks, you're almost the same deck. Rug Delver has burn instead of discard, but the blue gives you 4 Submerges, which just destroys that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it beats most of the Goyf decks.
Yeah. It's definitely tough to.
I'm not a big fan of Tarmogoyf, to be honest. I think it's fine, like 3 of, 2 of. At least let's play 4 of it. I'm like,
All right, for everybody at home, in case you didn't realize, Jake was just joking there. He was trying to be funny, so we'll give him a chuckle. Why not? But Jake, I had a great time commentating with you this weekend.
Yeah, I've had a really good time.
It was fun. It was also awesome to be with Ali Antrazi. He was definitely...
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, brought a lot of insight and stuff. So big shout out to Ali Antrazi. He'll probably never watch this, just because he's just too big time, and he loves playing Magic so much.
Yeah, he just wants to play Magic.
He's like, why would I want to watch Magic? I could just go play. So, all right, let's see if these players will keep their hands. Let's see if they'll take a mulligan, and I'm sure the mono red player is watching to see who he will be facing in the finals. Winner of this open is going to walk away with $2,000. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
For one day.
You buy a new purebred dog and still have enough left over for food for it for a long time. Yeah, for
just one day of playing Magic. Yeah,
delicious food.
Yeah, so this is good.
All right, use that money to go on vacation.
Sure.
All right, so game 3, being on the play is pretty huge here. So especially at the counterbalance top stuff.
All right, so I believe they both kept. Anthony leads with an Ancient Den and a Mox Opal. There's a Vault Scourge. Doesn't have to play around days or anything because he was on the play.
Yeah.
No islands on Jesse's board. So that's all he has for turn 1. It's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. All right, so I think he has a Glimmer Void. So Anthony has access to 3 mana. This could be really bad for Jesse.
Yeah.
There's a Brainstorm.
This is why he kept forcing, by the way.
Yeah. Now I understand why he kept forcing.
Yeah.
Because he desperately needs to force this. Otherwise, Anthony could just cycle through his deck and there could be 5, 6, 7 creatures in play.
Yeah. Card's good.
And it resolves. So that's a good feeling for Anthony, I bet. Signal Pest, so that's creature number 1. Signal Pest, creature number 2. And every time he casts a creature spell, he's going to be able to draw a card. Is that it? Just 2?
That's it, huh?
No Frogmites, no Ornithopters, no Memnites?
Nope.
All right,
I'm actually somewhat surprised that he played the Vault Scourge on turn 1 then.
So Jesse kind of...
If that was his draw?
Well, the whole reason was he needed the Mox Opal. He needed Metalcraft.
Well, he could have just next turn played Glimmer Void and then tapped that for green.
And then play.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right. It costs mana.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm just, for some reason thinking it's a 0 casting us, so. Silly me.
No, I think he might have been right. But regardless, it's only 2 guys.
Yeah.
So Jesse kind of dodged a bullet there, I would say. I believe Jesse has a Chain Lightning in his hand. And if he does, would you go after the Volt Scourge or would you go after one of the Signal Pests?
Signal Pest.
Signal Pest?
Yeah, that
All
seems
right.
good. Which is worth more damage.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. And then he passes the turn. Oh, Anthony does have a Stoneforge Mystic in his hand now. Plays a second Glimmer Void. There's that Stoneforge Mystic. He's going to have to tap mana for it. And he does, and it's going to resolve. And a Cranial Plating will appear in Anthony's hand in just about 10 seconds.
So once he gets this plating, I mean, since the Stoneforge resolved, he's just going to try to cast it right away, I assume, right?
Well, there is days that he has to worry about.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but maybe he's just going to cast it. He tapped 2. There's a good chance, yeah, did he just cast it? I mean, it's in play, and he has 2 mana tapped. Yeah, so he cast it, and it resolves.
Yeah.
All right, no fear of the days.
Throwing Jesse down to 16 here.
Yeah, and Jesse...
And I appreciate that. I don't think I would play around days there.
Okay, Jesse needs something really good here. I think they're doing the math. They might have the life totals wrong. Sometimes when you have like a lifelink creature where there's lots of sack lands.
Yeah, this is weird because like he's attacking for 2 with 2 guys, but it's actually 2 lifelink damage, even though only one of the guys has lifelink.
Yep, exactly.
So it's just kind of a strange.
Yeah, Jesse draws. There's a Snapcaster, so he could play a Snapcaster, flashback the Chain Lightning, hit the Vault Scourge to, take away one of the flyers plus, it's -1 artifact right there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that's what he ends up doing.
Seems like a pretty tight play.
There's a Wasteland. All right, so there's a Snapcaster. Paying a red off the Volcanic Island, and he takes the Signal Pest out. All right. He decides to go... Okay. Taking out the Signal Pest. I mean, he took out the first one, so I guess he decided to take out the second one. There's an Inkmoth Nexus. I remember when Blinkmoth Nexus was... Yeah.
Was the go-to.
Yeah. So that Cranial Plating will go on that Vault Scourge. 5, 6. So it should be dealing 7 damage. Did he not activate that Nexus? Okay, now he does. So Jesse should fall down to 9 life, and I feel like he's facing lethal damage next turn, unless Jesse has something. I see a Snapcaster and I see a Goyf, but that's not going to block the flyer. He draws a Force of Will, doesn't really help him here.
The fact that the Cranial Plating can be moved at instant speed with such ease, I mean, Anthony has access to quad black right now.
Yeah, he has the 2 Glimmer Voids and the Mox Opal. So 3 black.
He is. Oh, that's an Ancient Net, not another Glimmer Void.
Yeah, no problem. So Brainstorm from Jesse. Wait, is that Brainstorm in the yard?
Yeah, that Brainstorm should be removed from the game. And contact a judge.
I think so, but I mean, I don't know how much it will matter. Maybe we could just double check though.
It is though. It is removed from the game.
Yeah, I thought he played
And that is
Snapcaster.
important.
Yeah. All right, there's a Ravager. So he's gonna have to force this.
Yeah.
So he's going to 8, but then it's lethal on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They notice it now. All right. Awesome. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, there's 8 damage coming in. And Jesse should be at 8. So we're going to see Affinity versus Burn in the finals of this SCG Open. All right, and there's a handshake.
Yeah.
Awesome job, Anthony Wilson. You and your Affinity deck made it to the finals.
Yeah.
And
even though that glimpse seemed disappointing, like, oh man, he only drew 2 cards, it's still just a green Thoughtcast.
yeah.
Right? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Why not? 1 mana, green Thoughtcast.
Yeah, 1 mana draw 2 cards is a very good card.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull these deck lists. So Anthony's deck list will definitely save. And James's deck list will definitely save. So we have James Allen. Not too much background information of James Allen. On the other hand, Anthony Wilson, we got some background information. He's a big fan of the Super Mario Brothers. So, all right. And we're going to announce our winner for 6 months premium. I'm going to say in about 5 seconds.
Sounds good.
4 seconds. Should we do the countdown?
Sure.
All right. So we start with 5, right?
Yeah, do we know it, what it is?
Of course you know the winner.
Do you?
As soon as it appears on the screen. All right, so
nice.
If your last name rhymes with birth,
Yes.
and you said Booyah, you're going to win 6 months premium. Jake?
Jeraperth.
Jared Perth. Congratulations. You won
Congratulations.
6 months premium courtesy of StarCityGames.com.
The correct answer to that question was Glimpse of Nature.
Yeah, Glimpse of Nature is banned in Modern, and it appeared in the Affinity deck. So, and if you guys
Game
want
1,
to...
we saw it completely take over the game.
Yep, we did.
On turn 2, Anthony was able to draw, what, 5 cards with it?
I think game 1, it was like 4 or 5 cards. And then game
It was
2...
2 Glint Hawks, so it might have been 6 cards even.
Yeah, it was like a mem. Yeah, it was just really good. And then game 3, he only drew 2 cards off it, but it still was enough that.
I mean, at the end of that game, he had no cards left in hand, so those 2 cards,
Yeah, it was
that
good.
counts.
Yeah, it was definitely good. So we have the finals. What do you think? Is Mono Red Burn going to be the champion, or will we crown Affinity and hand him the trophy?
What does the Burn
Mono
deck
Red
have?
Burn. I'll go over the list right now. It's 4 Goblin Guide, 4 Figure of Destiny, 2 Keldon Marauders, 3 Hellspark Elemental, 4 Chain Lightning, 4 Lava Spike, Rift Bolt, Flame Rift, Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast, Price of Progress. That's a lot of burn.
That's a lot of burn.
Yeah,
the
every
deck might
burn
just
spell
kill him.
in his deck is a 4 of. And he has 19 lands, 2 of them being Barbarian Rings. His sideboard, what does he have? Pyroblast, we don't want that versus Affinity.
No.
Red Elemental Blast, no. Pyrostatic Pillar,
Maybe. I mean, he's glimpsing.
maybe.
Like, if somebody's glimpsing
glimpsing-
and you have Pyrostatic Pillar, you have to decide it, right?
Yeah, I think the Pyrostatic Pillar is going to perform better than the Flame Rift.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. And finally, Fairy McCabe, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming in.
Sulfuric Vortex, no way.
No.
All right, so I think that might be the swap. It might be Pro Static Pillar for Flame Rift. What's your prediction on this match, Jake?